Welcome to another live stream, guys. How's everybody doing today? Y'all hear me, guys? Yeah. Can everybody hear me? Put in the chat if y'all can hear me. Y'all put in the chat if y'all can hear me. I don't know if my microphone's working or not. Okay, we'll get started then, I guess. All right. So we're gonna start out with the satellite picture right here, a wide view of the satellite right here. Hurricane Beryl, a very strong Hurricane Beryl right here. Historic storm this weekend and later this week. This is a visible satellite picture of what Beryl. You saw Beryl early this morning was maximum wind gusts of 200 miles per hour. It was 165 miles per hour, Category 5 hurricane early this morning. They did trim it down to a Category 4. We'll go to this view actually. So this is the this is your latest track from the National Hurricane Center. Now, I know most of y'all are wondering if this thing's going to hit the U.S. It's too far out to tell right now whether this thing is going to hit the U.S. or not. But what I can say is that this thing is starting to try to weaken again. It took most of the day today for it to weaken a little bit. As most of y'all know, we had catastrophic damage in Martinique, the San Lucia, Barbados, Grenada, the little island called Carcu, Carcu, Carriacou. There you go, Carriacou. That island, 90% of that island is gone. I mean, mostly devastated there. Local officials, I don't. Last time I checked this morning, it was 3 dead. I mean, 1 dead this morning. I don't know for sure how much, if that death toll rose earlier today. Um, but what I can say is that this storm, if you're in Jamaica, if you are in this little island of Jamaica, you'll have to be prepared tomorrow morning because this hurricane is coming in tomorrow morning for Jamaica. This thing is a Category 4, strong Category 4 as it stands right now, 155 mile per hour Category 4 hurricane, 200 miles per hour wind gust still, so it's pretty strong still. Um, 943 millibars, so it's went up. It's better than it was, but it's still catastrophic and still historic as of this right now. Okay, so we're gonna go and take a look at the IR satellite, the infrared. So when it loads, we'll see right here. So as you can see, this thing is evil. It's a 30 frame blue. This thing was very historic. This thing is starting to weaken because it's starting to get into more wind shear. Because once that wind shear in the Caribbean gets into that storm, it will eat off some of that convection and will start to weaken the storm just a tiny bit. But we're going to have to watch as it heads past Jamaica. What does it do when it gets to the Yucatan and into the Gulf? Is our question marks right now. So we could just put a question mark right here and right here. So our question marks are, what does it do when it gets into the Gulf? And I mean, this thing could be a tropical. This is forecasted to be a tropical storm as it heads into the Gulf of Mexico. A strong tropical storm as it is. But what does this thing do as it gets into the Gulf? And what does it do if it goes north toward Louisiana? Does it go for their northwest track, or does it go directly west into Mexico? That's still questions we're gonna have to answer in the next few days. So let's go over into the model runs, y'all. All right, so we're gonna go take a look at the USGFS model, the American model, as we're looking at on tropicaltidbits.com. This is the weather model site I use to look at these weather models. Okay, uh, so As you see here, this is as of 1 p.m. 1 p.m. today. This is this is Hurricane Beryl. Um, USGFS model is not picking it up very well. Models have not done they've done a horrible job at it. I'll say I'll give I'll give some hope up to one of the models. The H-Wharf and the H-Mon model did a pretty good job on this system, but the European or our models we mainly use, the global models, have done a really bad job on this system. They had it stronger, they had it a weaker into the islands, and you saw how it went in the islands and was a category 4, a high category 4, and struck it as a category 5. So some of the models, like the GFS model, had Beryl as it heads into the Caribbean west of the islands, had it to a tropical storm. And you saw last night it transitioned into a category 5. So you can see why I say don't believe all the models you see. So when all the models I show y'all, don't take that one model run I show y'all 100%, because that will that will cause some very chaotic chaos, as well as it will freak y'all out because y'all believe one model, take it as it is, and then y'all freak out because y'all see it like hitting the US. And what if this thing curves to the west and doesn't even impact the US? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm gonna go through all the models, all through the atmosphere, and see why I think there is a possibility it could hit the U.S., but why there's a 40% chance why it could hit the U.S., while there's another 50% chance that this thing won't hit the U.S. at all because of wind shear in place. All right, so let's get to it. So we're gonna start out with the GFS model here, precipitation wise. Let's go and take a look at it. So we're going to transition to July 4th at 7 a.m. in the morning. This thing's already past Jamaica. So we got to be careful. This has a 993 Category 1 hurricane. Okay. As it stands right now, this 12Z model run has it further north. GFS model has it further north. I think it's a good starting point right now. But then it curves it down to the south and hits the Yucatan as the hurricane trackers, as the National Hurricane Center has it as it is. So this thing has it hitting the Yucatan on July 5th at 7 a.m. Don't take that time very seriously. Time will change, okay? Time will change on this exact area. That's not the exact area it's going to hit, but it's not going to be the exact time it will hit either, because all models are different. So this one has it at 7 a.m., has it hitting the northern part of the Yucatan, and then it goes into the Gulf. This is the area where we're gonna keep our eye out on. When it heads into the southwestern Gulf, what does it do? Does it strengthen? Where does it go? This way? Does it go west? Or does it curve this way? Or does it go toward Louisiana and head north? I mean, there's a chance that this thing could go north if the ridge in the southeastern U.S. goes further east. If that does, U.S. is in trouble. We could have us a hurricane here in the U.S. in Louisiana. When it heads north, this thing is traveling over very warm waters, low wind shear. The ridge, if it goes to the east, this ridge will go to the east, and it opens up the Gulf of Mexico. The water is so warm right now, y'all, that it's not even funny. So let's go and let's take a look at the ocean temperatures here, if I can find it. Your temperature is so warm. Let's see. Trying to find the ocean waves here in a minute, y'all. Give me 1 second. Um, hmm. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to look at where I can find. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so we're gonna go to the NavGem model here. I'm gonna go to, so let's go to the GFS. Okay, so we're going here to wind shear. Okay, this is gonna tell y'all why I think this thing has a chance and a not a good so chance that it won't hit the U.S. at all. So here's Hurricane Beryl. All right, let me change that color, y'all. Let's change it to blue. Okay, so here's Hurricane Beryl right here, and this is what I'm talking about right here. The wind shear. This is 200 millibars to 850 millibar wind shear. This is your low level wind shear here. As you can see here, we have wind shear here, very strong wind shear up to 40 knots there. But we also have wind shear here in the Gulf of Mexico as it stands because we have a big high pressure in this south central U.S. That's actually located right over Arkansas and Mississippi right now. So that's why it's very hot. That's why we have excessive heat warnings here in the state. Um, also, we got this high pressure bringing all the heat into the country, and that's driving all that wind shear down to the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean, which is keeping us at bay right now. If the storm does drive into that wind shear as it stands, it's right here right now. See how Hurricane Beryl does drive into that wind shear. You see how it eats up that storm. So it eats it up. It doesn't strengthen yet. Um, but let's keep it going. So this is a question mark we have here. It says 12Z GFS. The wind shear in the Gulf. This is what I'm talking about. This thing could strengthen into a hurricane again. This thing right here. See all this area right in here. This area right in here. This is game time. Does it head into this area in lesser wind shear? And it has the chance to strengthen even more, y'all. So that's why I'm really picky about saying this might hit the U.S. because the GFS model has it heading right for the northeastern corner of Mexico and taking a southern Texas track, and it could hit Brownsville, Texas, a little clip of Texas. We're gonna keep an eye on it though. But actually, this GFS model, the newest run, has a Category 2 hitting near Corpus Christi and then Port Aransas. So what's gonna happen there is gonna depend on the ridge and that high pressure. Does it move out of the way, and it could curve that hurricane up to the north. But let's go and take a look at the European model now. This is the other model. We're gonna look at the European, the Canadian, and your hurricane model. So let's go to the European. You see here, here's your wind shear on the European model, the 12Z. Oh, 12Z hasn't come in yet, so we're gonna go to the 0Z model. It's 1 a.m. July 2nd. Let's go. Let's go as it has. Okay, so Hurricane Beryl, you can see right in here, right here, approaches the Yucatan, and the European model has a little less wind shear in the Gulf. And that's a little concerning there. So I'll say that the GFS model, not a good job on the system at all. But the European did an okay job, but not a good job though. It did it okay though. So it has it hit in the Yucatan. It has it going the same area where the National Hurricane Center track is. So that's where it has it going. You can see here as it heads there, lesser wind shear here, but even more wind shear where it's going to go into the Gulf. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. We're going to go into there. So you can see as it heads into the Gulf, a 999 millibar tropical storm, maybe a Category 1. But there's a lot of wind shear there. That's what could be a key factor to this storm. The wind shear could cut into that storm and eat up all the convection, which means destroys and doesn't strengthen that storm. So you can see it's just having trouble. This European model is having trouble right now to where the storm wants to go. The storm has it, the European has it going into Mexico. So that's why I'm saying the models are different. You have the GFS model going like that. Now you have the European model heading in the heading into Mexico. That's why I'm saying don't trust all your models though. So let's go to another model. We're gonna go to the Canadian model. This is the 12Z Canadian model. This one's been a little bullish on stuff on Hurricane Beryl, but we'll see. This the Canadian model is the one y'all were looking at that had Hurricane Beryl going like this and hitting Florida. That's what was Hurricane Beryl yesterday in the 12Z model run from yesterday on this model. Had it hitting Louisiana and going north into Arkansas into our area. So this one, we'll see what today's model shows. So we're gonna go here. Not a good job on the pressure on Hurricane Beryl, but let's see what it says. So it has it. Let's go back. So it has it as a tropical depression before reaching the Yucatan. What is this thinking? So I don't see it going into a depression or a weak tropical storm as it has approaches the Yucatan. The storm's too strong right now, Category 4. Too strong to. This wind shear is not strong enough. I'm lying. This storm. This is not strong. The wind shear is strong. It's not strong enough to weaken this storm. So, but you can see there as it heads into the. Let's see, yeah. So it has as 1,009 millibar low pressure. So as a troublesome. Okay, go Cody. I'm in the middle of a live stream, bro. Come on. So we got that, and then yeah. So we'll see what it does. I mean, the storm has it going into Mexico too. So the Canadian model has it going into Mexico as well. So the GFS is the GFS model is the only one here. I think we're gonna have to watch Hurricane Beryl in the next few days as it travels into Jamaica and see what it does east of Jamaica. But I'm gonna give y'all my forecast on this. So let's go back to Radar Omega here. And we're gonna take off the cone. Okay, we're just gonna take off the National Hurricane Center cone in the track, and we're just gonna make my own forecast. Don't take my forecast seriously though. Y'all go by the National Hurricane Center forecast, and then we'll see. So we're gonna screenshot my forecast if y'all want. So if y'all want to screenshot my forecast on on Radar Omega, y'all can. So here we go. Here's Hurricane Beryl. All right, I think it has it. I think my forecast is I think it hits Jamaica, a landfalling system into Jamaica, which is going to be catastrophic and strong and very, very deadly there in Jamaica. I think it goes into Cancun. So right now, I have it going into the northern edge of the Yucatan. So that's my track right here. So it goes and hits Jamaica, hits the northern part of south of Cancun. This is where I think it. This is where I think it might go. So here we go. As it heads into the Gulf, I think it goes this way and goes that way. So y'all want to screenshot that? I'll let y'all screenshot that just a little bit. It's a little bullish on the track, but I do think if you're in Arkansas and you're watching this, I don't think this thing is going to be hitting the. Whoops. Right. I don't think this thing is going to be hitting Arkansas at all. So this thing is not going to hit Arkansas at all. So that's my take on it, y'all. It's my official forecast for my track so far on this system. So y'all have any questions y'all want me to answer on this system, y'all? Ask any questions right now before we end the live stream here in a minute. Any questions? Any questions? Y'all got any questions? Miles, you got any questions? Alright, well, no further ado, thanks for tuning into this live update on Hurricane Beryl, and we'll have another live update. I may make a video tonight at 8:30 when I get off work, and then we'll go live again about 9:30, 9:45 tonight, and get a new update on Hurricane Beryl and see what it does in the 11 p.m. update. And I will catch y'all later. So, no further ado, y'all have a good day. Be safe and stay up to date with the National Hurricane Center, your local meteorologist. And I will give you another live update in just a little bit.